Have any questions so far?
No, I think we're good.
Alrighty. We'll be taking the residential elevator to the farms area on the surface level. This way, please. Let's leave these good people alone for now and go check out the farms. Follow me up the elevator.
Right behind you.
I can't wait to go away on my learning vacation when I grow up.
That's what's up, kid.
Enjoy your visit here.
This is definitely an interesting way of structuring a living situation here. I hope that I hope she figures out what she wants to do. There ain't no sense in stressing yourself out too much about it. If she doesn't have enough money for school, then she probably needs to.
New homesteads farms are the beating heart of the colony. Without them, the original outpost would have shriveled and died. These pods are sealed and climate controlled, a perfect environment for growing the hydroponic vegetation.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll figure it out.
Survival in the early days of the colony.
Some of us are quite happy with our lives here. We don't need tourists distracting us with their flights.
My daddy says farming is
Okay.
really important.
That's what's
But
up.
I kind of want to do other things.
Any questions about the farms?
How is this different than anywhere else in the galaxy?
Good question. It's largely the same, because this was the colony that pioneered the techniques you see elsewhere.
No, okay.
But you'll notice that the farms here are smaller and staffed by humans, not robots. Things here are a little more old-fashioned compared to some of the large factory farms you'll find elsewhere in the settled systems.
That makes sense. What do they grow here?
These days, it's a mix of what you find elsewhere in the galaxy, but in the olden days, it was all brought over from Earth. It was a lot of hardy root vegetables like potatoes, carrots, beets, and such, supplemented with corn, peas, green beans, soy, etc., which didn't always grow as well.
Man, you're making me hungry. Are the farms still operational?
Oh, they are indeed. Colonists still cultivate plant-based food for their own consumption here in New Homestead. It's less vital to their survival these days, as they also import supplemental food from other colonies, including meats, dairy, and synthetics. However, most citizens here take pride in a new homestead-grown, sustainable diet.
That definitely sounds healthier. I like to go around a little more.
By all means, go right ahead. Feel free to talk to the farmers, but I ask you respect their privacy and don't bother them too much. After all, they are on the job.
All right.
Come back and let me know when you're ready to move on.
Roger that. Let's take a look around, sir. I mean, you are the one I wanted to go on this tour of the museum.
My papa doesn't really like me talking
Whoa.
to the tourists.
Where'd you come from?
How else am I going to learn about
Jeez.
out there?
Okay. Man, if this was a horror movie, that would have been like the perfect start to that. Little girl's like a freaking ghost.
You get used to the methane processing smell after a while.
I didn't even notice it.
Papa, you're always talking about how important
This place is definitely appropriately named New Homestead. It's definitely got a homey kind of.
If you need medical attention, see Dr. Lakota.
Explain it.
A word of warning.
It's really
She really
different
doesn't
here.
care for tourists.
All right, keep that in mind. It's a nice setup, though. Hey, how's it going?
Ah, someone new. Are you a tourist, or have you just moved to New Homestead?
No, actually just had a delivery. I'm just passing through.
Ah, well, don't be afraid to soak in some of the local charm then. We're friendly people, mostly, and we like having visitors. I'm fascinated by the other worlds in the settled systems. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
From some people. Sure, go ahead.
Oh, wonderful. What's New Atlantis like?
Actually, it's just pretty amazing. Huge skyscrapers, beautiful skies, people from all walks of life. Our first visit went well, actually. It's pretty nice.
That sounds incredible. Ever since I overheard one of the tourists speaking about it, I've always wanted to go. We hear about it, of course, but we rarely get much exposure to other worlds beyond the people who come from them to visit our little colony. I wonder if I can convince Nathaniel to go on a trip there with me and our daughter.
You should definitely do that.
Do you mind if I ask you another question?
No, I don't mind.
Thanks. I promise not to take too much of your time.
Don't worry, I'm not in a hurry.
Is the Freestar Collective as lawless as I've heard?
Freestar Collective? Yeah, I haven't had much interaction with the Freestar Collective. But, I've heard good things about them.
That's okay. Sometimes I forget not all the tourists are as well-traveled as I believe they are.
Ooh.
Is it okay if I change the subject?
Going daggers. Yes, ask away.
Oh, thank you. Are there really planets full of plants, fresh air, and water?
Yeah, I mean... Yeah? Is that so hard to believe?
I've read about them. It seems incredible, doesn't it? I've only ever known Titan, and it's always so cold and drab. I've always dreamed of visiting one to breathe the air, feel the warmth of its sun, but my husband is reluctant to leave.
Y'all gotta get out more.
Can I ask you something else?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Thanks. I promise not to take too much of your time.
Yeah, you said that already.
Is space travel as exciting as it seems?
Oh, yes it is. I'm still amazed by the awe and wonder of it every time I go out there. Space is incredible. It's extremely dangerous, though.
Well, you've convinced me that I simply must go sometime.
Yes, you should.
Most of us here have never left the surface of New Homestead. It's a point
That's
of pride
unfortunate.
among many people, but I've always been curious. Those are all the questions I have at the moment. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day for me.
And no problem, ma'am. It was a pleasure talking to you. I'll try to get more well traveled. Man, why do I feel like that lady was indirectly throwing daggers? I don't really think she likes tourists. I don't know, I just got this got a real sarcastic vibe from her. Whatever. That's what it was. She sounded real jealous.
Any questions about the farms?
No, I think we're good here. I'm ready to move on.
Onward it is! We'll be stopping by the Brown Horse Tavern later in the tour, which uses many of these locally sourced ingredients in their cooking. But for now, it's just
That
a short
sounds
way to our
absolutely
next stop.
fantastic.
Follow me!
I hope their menu is as good as you're making it out to
on
be.
the other side of this building, believe it or not. We'll step on through the hallway there. They're not in use anymore, but the colony has faithfully recreated them as a historical exhibit, true to the original purpose of the Titan Astrobase. Sadly, they're undergoing some light renovation. Otherwise, there'd be interactive activities for kids to learn about how they used to search for microbial life here.
Those folks in Sidonia may be closer to Earth, but we do a better job preserving its traditions.
Hello.
Hi, what's up?
The people here live a simple life. Try not to complicate it.
Alright, I'm not sure how I would do
Pardon
that.
the dust, but I can still answer some questions about the old Titan Astrobase biolabs.
Titan Astrobase. You keep mentioning that. What is it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely forgot to mention that. That's what this place was originally called. When NASA divested its interest in the Astrobase and turned it over to the people back in 2185, they renamed it New Homestead and established it as a historical site.
What kind of life did they find here?
Funny you should ask. Sadly, none. See, NASA funded the Titan Astrobase project because conditions seemed ripe for primordial life to form in Titan's methane pools. They tested many different sites, performed deep core ice drilling, and more, yet nothing turned up.
If that was it, what did they use these labs for?
Well, NASA defunded the xenobiology program in 2132, but a scientist by the name of Catherine Neely proposed research into advanced colony building on inhospitable worlds. So, by 2135, work began on what would ultimately set us all up to create habitats anywhere humans dared to explore. These very labs housed the computer systems used in that research. That and general storage for the colony. Lots of storage.
Alright, well, I'm gonna take a closer look.
Sure thing. Keep in mind the biolabs exhibit is closed for visitors, but I'll be waiting if you need a minute anyway.
Close, huh? That's convenient. Sarah, you're being awfully quiet. You enjoying this tour you got us going?
It's a little weird that people come here to see what early colony life was like. To me, it's just how we live.
Yeah, that makes
Don't
sense.
stay outside for too long here on Titan. You'll freeze solid without the proper protection.
Got it. Yeah,
Pardon
but
the dust, but I can still answer some questions about the old Titan Astrobase biolabs.
yeah, you said that already. We can get moving.
You got it. On to our next stop. Next, we'll be heading outside, so make sure to check those seals on your suit because it's a bit chilly out there. We're going out into the frozen wastes of Titan to see what powers this planet. Watch your step outside, by the way. The ice can be slippery if you're not careful. The goal is to keep people out of Dr. Lakota's infirmary.
Definitely want to stay out of Dr. Lakota's infirmary. That lady is weird. I think she's been working way too much.
In part because of its constant winds. These turbines have been integral to the colony's function since its establishment as a cheap, mostly reliable source of electricity.
starting to get kind of depressing. I've got to get a new spacesuit ASAP. Alright, well, this is kind of a frozen wasteland. I think that one's frozen. Looks stuck. I wonder if that happens often here. I wonder how they unstick it. It's a pretty massive setup.
So, let's talk about wind power, shall we?
Alright. Titan doesn't seem to be all that windy. How is it that they use wind power?
You're right. Most surface wind on Titan isn't too terribly strong, but here, the altitude and other conditions are perfect for sustained wind power. Like many worlds with atmosphere, the higher you go, the windier it gets.
Yeah, that's true. What's so interesting about wind power?
You're looking at a piece of history. Sure, wind power is used throughout the galaxy, but these people were able to make do with it for hundreds of years. It's impressive that was all they had back then, and still make it work to this day.
Do these turbines really power the entire colony?
Mostly. I'm sure you've noticed the occasional brownouts. I guess these old machines have a habit of freezing up, what with all the ice out here. There's some methane on reserve for critical life support systems, but everything else here is otherwise powered by the units you see here.
Alright, well, we can move on.
You're the boss. Let's go. Moving right along, we're going to learn about Titan's great natural resources. Titan is rich with hydrocarbons like methane and ethane. Surely you saw huge pools of the stuff on your descent into New Homestead. I like to think they
didn't really notice that. No, I sure didn't.
Stay away from them because, like anything beautiful, they can be dangerous. Just like my last ex-wife's pet. She had this gorgeous, I don't know what you'd call it, creature. The guy that sold it to her couldn't tell her what it was or where it was from. I don't think it was even a legal sell, to be honest. The thing was very easy on the eyes. Feathers, all the colors of the rainbow. Nasty fight, though. Wound up in the hospital and almost lost my hand. Still not enough for her to get rid of the dang thing. Anyway, there's a reason she's my ex-wife. But enough about me.
Alright.
We were talking about methane and
is that a scripted part of the tour? Or did you decide to share?
Hey, can you believe it? Back in the 20th century on Earth, they used to fight wars over natural resources like this and petroleum.
Really?
This whole moon here basically made of hydrocarbons in their own backyard. They just couldn't get to it. Incredible how far we've come. New Homestead is home to one of the oldest and largest methane processing plants in the settled system. Every year, UC engineers go through a painstaking, month-long maintenance process. That's how this place has remained operational as long as it has. I'm not going to take you too close to the machinery, liability and all, but I can still answer questions.
This is an impressive operation, but my only question is, what exactly is New Homestead doing with all of this methane? Like, where is all of this going? And what is it being used for?
Questions? Fire away!
How can they shut down a plant for maintenance if people rely on it to live?
Yeah, it's not as if they shut down for a month. It's not shut down at all, actually. See, this place is built with redundant systems, so they can shut it down piece by piece and suffer only a reduction in throughput. During that time, the UC gets more of its resources from other places, allowing New Homestead to maintain
So most of this
what it
methane
needs.
is going to the UC, huh? What do they do with all the methane?
Exports mostly, since this world is so methane rich and has the infrastructure for it, a lot of the UC's methane comes from Titan. Of course, New Homesteaders
UC
use it
doing all
themselves
that.
for everything from generating heat to turning it into breathable oxygen via modern science.
You can turn methane into oxygen? How is that possible?
Oh, no one's ever asked me that before. Something to do with methane-eating microbes, I believe? I
So
honestly
the
don't know.
microbes eat the
Sorry.
methane and then release oxygen as a gas? Alright, well, this was certainly an interesting part of the tour. We can move on.
Okie dokie, artichoke. There will be time for more later anyway. So, this next stop is a bit of an interesting one. I only recently made it part of the tour. Fun fact, it's also the only natural landmark on the tour. What we're about to see is a glacial spire we affectionately call Ymir's Horn. This colus used to be named after a character in a popular fantasy novel, but it was changed a couple hundred years ago to avoid any potential litigation.
Oh, I get this eerie feeling that something else is going on here in New Homestead. This facility just
Only gave
seems...
names to groups of hills on a planet's surface.
Why
In
ain't we
reality,
massive
the term you hear more often
for
is
just
the plural,
producing methane for
coalition,
UC?
with an E. You probably don't hear it very often where you're from because it was usually a term.
And I don't know what he's talking about, but I'm not listening to it at all. It's not interesting.
Because of that, the term is much more common in the Sol system, but you may still hear it occasionally in reference to uncharted worlds. This place is full of them, though, and they like to preserve that history here.
This is the interesting spot, huh? Well, I mean, it certainly is beautiful here. I don't know about it being interesting, though. Tungsten. This planet only has 4 resources, and methane seems to be the abundant one. The scanner isn't picking up anything obvious.
So here it is, Ymir's Horn. You're free to take a closer look if you like.
Ymir. Who's that?
According to ancient Norse mythology, Ymir was the first Jotun, a frost giant. In the legend, they were both male and female and gave birth to the progenitors of all giants from their armpits. Ymir even predated the Norse gods, who, as it turns out, killed Ymir to fashion the earth and all of humanity from the corpse. It's a fascinating story, and the horn here is a fitting tribute to it.
How did this form?
I've heard this particular formation was caused by an ancient volcano. Something about steam and wind, then worn down over time. But I'm not 100% sure.
Alright, well,
Excellent.
I think we're done here.
On to the next stop, then. So, we're gonna head back inside, through the methane processing plant. Try not to touch anything on your way. We want to make sure to respect Dr. Lakota's wishes to be safer around here. That brings me to another point. You'll notice the people around here have last names related to where their families originated from on Earth, as a way to remember the past. The museum curator, Maurice Leon, has more information about that if you're interested. You can find him inside the main concourse. Loves talking about it. you'll find most of the locals here are very friendly to tourists like yourself. Tourism is a major draw to this colony these days, and I respect that.
Yeah, that's not the vibe I'm getting since I've been here.
About what they do here.
Most people seem a little irritated by the tourists.
Ride for a lot of these folks.
I think you just got wishful thinking because you make your money off this museum tour you give, so you kind of rely on tourists. But I don't think the people living here really like tourists. It's not the vibe I'm getting at all. Kind of feels like they don't want outsiders here because they're trying to keep a secret. That's the vibe I'm getting. Oh man, it feels good to get out of that helmet and that suit. I could be wrong though.
This area we're walking through is the nerve center of the plant, where technicians keep an eye on the operation. Since methane production is such an important part of the colony's livelihood, it's important that the techs notice any issues and react to them quickly. Anyway, we're headed into the ice mines. It's a natural spring where water bubbles up from deep below, but due to the cold, it keeps freezing as it reaches the surface.
Alright. That sounds semi-interesting. I can tell you've given this tour a lot. You walk really briskly. It's hard walk on. Okay, man, it's like the ice isn't even affected. You're just walking across it like nothing. You just got spikes on the bottom of his shoes. I almost slipped right there. Man's just walking like there ain't even no ice on the ground. So gotta get the water from.
Be careful around here. Tourists often get into trouble not watching where they step.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Tourists come to learn about the ice mines, huh? It's dangerous in the ice mines. I'd much rather answer your questions than have you going off to explore on your own.
So, I'm assuming you use the ice for
drinking water.
Oh, okay.
We use
That's
some
what I
of it
thought.
to produce this air you're breathing. We recycle a lot of what we use, but we still need a nice, steady supply of fresh water. Lucky for us, Titan provides.
Okay. And what's so dangerous about the ice mines?
Surprised I still get this question. It's slippery, it's sharp, it can break, it can cave in. Those are just the obvious examples. Titan is also full of methane, which can sometimes be trapped under the ice. As you know, methane can explode under the right conditions. It can also
now
asphyxiate
that sounds extremely dangerous. As a fellow miner, I can respect the dangers you face.
Ah, so you can relate.
Yeah, I can.
Talk with someone who understands the challenges of the job. Not everyone does. If I might ask, what do you mind?
Well, minerals mostly to be sold for industrial purposes, but I mean, I mind a variety of things, including liquids and gases. Just depends on the mining gig, really.
Ah, I see. I can respect that. We used to do more traditional mining like that here, but it made much more sense to do it off-world, since it takes a lot more effort for less gain. We mostly export methane and other natural gases instead. Anyway, I'm sure we could swap mining stories all day, but I really should be getting back to what I was doing soon.
Why don't you guys have any robots or other machines?
For one, New Homestead is not a wealthy colony. But
Why
we
not?
also pride ourselves on doing things
Oh, that's
the old
methane
ways.
you producing for the UC? New Homestead should be very wealthy.
We work hard here. It's very rewarding.
Yeah, there's definitely something
careful out
weird
there.
going on here. It's not adding up. That facility is massive. And they look like they have an exorbitant amount of methane. They're giving it mostly to the UC.
Nice to get off world sometime.
New Homestead should be rolling in credits.
It must be difficult trying to survive.
What else can
When
I
this
tell you
collection of
about the
shipping
ice
containers
mines?
is all you have for permanent accommodations.
So can you drink the water straight from the source, or does it need to go through the process?
I wouldn't recommend it. First, it's an active work site. Second, it still needs to be filtered and checked for contaminants. But don't worry, we'll stop somewhere for refreshments before the tour is over.
No, I was just wondering. Is this where all the water for New Homestead comes from?
Not all. Some water is created as a byproduct of methane processing, but that's usually saved in the emergency reserves.
Oh, okay. And why not heat this area like the rest of the colony? Would the ice melt too quickly?
Good question. I believe it has something to do with not wanting to contaminate the water with methane and other chemicals. The ice helps prevent impurities in the water. At least this is what I've been told.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't need to know any more about the ice mines.
Sounds good. Let's keep going then. We have just one more stop before we're done with the tour, and it just happens to be my favorite. This colony is home to the longest running establishment still in existence, the Brown Horse Tavern. The Brown Horse
so you're a
started as
foodie too, huh?
mess hall for the
Sounds like this
scientists
might be my
working before the
favorite part of the tour too.
but it's
Can't
been
wait to see what
operated
they
by
got on the menu.
same family ever since. Now, what's a horse, you might say? They were a large four-legged animal on Earth, often used for transportation or manual labor.
Know what a horse is,
Long before space
bruh.
travel was even a dream
Wait.
for the folks of Earth, even before
I know what a
antique
horse
machines
is.
like automobiles were possible, horses could be found everywhere.
I wonder why I
Might
know
have
what a
seen
horse
them in
is.
old movies or read about them somewhere. If not, I highly
interesting.
recommend
Why do
looking
I
into
know
them
what
sometime.
horse
They're
is?
beautiful animals. The tavern's original
I guess I
owner
still
was
got access to parts of my memory, which means it's not completely
and
gone.
named
It's
the
there.
place in their honor.
It's just being blocked.
The moniker, Brown Horse Tavern, is also a throwback to names of similar restaurants hundreds of years before it was established.
This is a tavern, huh? Alright, let's check this menu out. Blue table.
Ice mining operations are unusual, but if they're run properly, they can prove to be quite lucrative.
Alright. Hey, how's
Warm
it going?
food, cold drinks. What else could you want? Welcome. I'm Anya. Is this your first time with us at the Brown Horse Tavern?
It is. Yeah, I've never been here before.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us. You're in for a real treat. We've got an assortment of food and drinks, some of which follow homemade recipes that have been passed down over hundreds of years.
Oh man.
So,
that
what can I do for you?
Sounds like it's gonna be really good then. I saw that there's a Chunks restaurant out there. So is that your main competition?
Oh, hardly. The locals pretty much stay away from Chunks, so whenever they don't feel like cooking themselves and want a fresh meal, they come to me.
Yeah.
Only the tourists eat that junk. But don't tell that to my husband. He
Why?
manages the Chunks.
Oh.
I love him,
Okay.
but he's a bit of a fanatic about it.
Oh, can you tell me more about the tavern?
You mean the Brown Horse?
I mean,
Well,
that's the only
it's
tavern
only
here,
the
ain't it?
longest continuous running restaurant since humans started settling outside of Earth. There's a lot of
That's
history
impressive.
within these walls. And some damn fine food and drink, if I say so myself. This place has been in my family for generations. My however many, great-grandmother opened it when the first colony started on Titan. Back then, it was a simple mess hall that she chose to put a little extra love and flavor into. And now, it's the pride of New Homestead.
Can I see your menu?
Let me show you what we have.
Let's see what we got here. So, typical beer. Fried pickles ain't nothing special. Seen that before. Kiffles. Sweet dessert pastry, spiced and sugar walnuts. That doesn't sound good. Patty melt. Seen that before. That's not nothing special. And toast, veggie grinder. Wait, is that it? Oh, I guess your veggie grinder is special. I'll take one of those. No, you know what? I'll just take both of those. Might be hungry later. I wonder if that veggie grinder tastes different than the other veggie grinders around the settled systems. I don't see anything special on this menu though. Like what's your specialty thing that you can only get from here? Is it the kiffles? If that's the case. Oh, this is a New Homestead place. Maybe they got a secret menu or something. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, there wasn't nothing to write home about that.
Take care.
Veggie grinder.
Thanks for stopping by.
That's not unique at all.
That delicious smell is making me hungry. Can I answer anything about the brown horse?
Yeah, do you got any menu recommendations? I didn't really see anything special.
That's a tough one. I honestly love everything Anya serves here. I'd be doing her a disservice to recommend one dish over another. You want the real answer? Order one of everything. Anya
Kiffles,
Seattle is the
pickles,
current
veggie
owner of the
grinder,
brown horse.
patty
It's
melt.
been in the Seattle family for generations. But Anya will be able to tell you more herself. Feel free to ask her. It doesn't feel right coming from me when she's standing right over there.
How do you know this is the oldest restaurant in the settled systems?
Easy. All the other ones fell to ruin when we abandoned Earth. There were technically older ones on Mars, but those have long since shuttered or been replaced.
No. Well, I think we're good to go here. That menu wasn't
Okay then.
what I was expecting at all.
We're headed to the last stop, right back where we began. Feel free to check out the museum exhibit in the main concourse here.
I feel like I can
These
get
displays
way
are
better
full of
food at
rare
Jake's
Earth
and New
trinkets
Atlantis.
salvaged from before humanity left, and Maurice is happy to talk
At
about
Jake's.
the collection. The
Was
museum's
it K's?
curator, Maurice, will be happy
Now I
to
don't
talk to you
remember.
if you want to
Whatever
know
that
more.
restaurant is in the well. It's pretty good. What are you talking about? Go talk to who?
It's been a while since I last visited.
You?
Nice to see
No.
this place still has the same charm.
If you need medical
You?
attention, see Dr.
No,
Lafayette.
not you
But
either.
for the morning, she really doesn't care
Huh.
for tourists.
You must be the curator. Is it you?
To
Are
lay
you Maurice?
eyes on the earth just once. Hello there. Are you here to peruse our little museum exhibit? If you have any questions about the exhibit or New Homestead, I'm happy to answer as best as I can.
And who are you exactly? What's your role here?
I am Maurice Leon, and I am the community elder. As the oldest living citizen at 96, my only job is to keep the
96.
history
You aged
alive.
well. You look good
I
for your
tell
name.
stories to the young people and the
Look good for
visitors
your
from
age.
other worlds. Although my memory isn't what it used to be, I try my best to get the stories right.
Okay. So, what can you tell me about New Homestead and how this place came to be?
It's an interesting story. New Homestead began as a scientific research base called the Titan Astrobase, back when space travel was in its infancy. The hope was that humanity would be able to discover simple alien life here given the moon's composition and water supply. When that ultimately failed, it was repurposed as a colony research base where scientists and engineers studied how to build colonies on inhospitable worlds. Then, finally, when gravity drives were commonplace and we started finding Earth-like planets, New Homestead was born as a living history community to preserve that
was
past.
a much better explanation than he gave. You got any Earth stories?
Sure, I'd love to. There was once a war so big that they say all of the world was involved. This was actually the second time it happened. They fought because a terrible man named Hitler rose to power and slaughtered many innocents. Millions were lost. Even the colony war pales in comparison.
Yeah, that wasn't interesting at all. Got any better stories than that about the Earth?
Why, certainly. It's what I do. There was a time when huge monstrosities called dinosaurs ruled over Earth, long before humans existed. They were similar to some of the larger life forms you might see elsewhere in the settled systems. Their reign ended when I can never remember if it was a comet, an asteroid, or a meteor that hit the Earth. Whatever it was, it nearly wiped out most of the life at that time.
Yeah, that was more interesting than the first one. And got one more?
Let me think of a good one. A long time ago, thousands of years, humans built a wall so large it spanned the northern length of one of Earth's largest empires, China. They called it the Great Wall of China, and it was meant to keep out invading hordes. If I recall correctly, it didn't always work as well as they had hoped. I'll have to look it up again. Memories.
It took a long time to build that wall. He said something about the family names being interesting. What's that about?
When our early colonists learned of Earth's demise, they decided to take on the names of their cities of origin as a way to remember their heritage.
He definitely didn't explain it like that.
Some may have been lost in translation over the years, and some may have taken it more seriously than others, but the names are mostly accurate. For instance, my family comes from the city of Lyon, in a country that was called France.
Okay. Can you tell me more about the exhibit?
Of course. Certainly. We have several items in our collection that we rotate in and out over time, but they all originate from the same place, Earth. We have everything from toys to antique technology to sports memorabilia. We even used to have an old Earth vehicle, but we had to sell it when we ran out of space for it. Most of our collection was donated by fellow Earth enthusiasts and historians who felt it belonged close to the homeland here in the Sol system.
All right, well, thanks, Mr. Leon. That was a great talk. Thank you. Thanks for all the information. Well, that was I guess, a great conclusion to this long museum tour. Bill, I think that wraps it up, right?
That's that. I hope you enjoyed Starsap tours as much as I enjoyed.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Definitely still wasn't worth no 100 credits, but it was educational. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for coming along. Remember to tell your friends all about it.
Yeah, won't be doing
Take
that.
care.
Let's go, Sarah.
What you are, Captain.
Systems check. Looks nominal. Alright, let's fire it up.
It appears to be Dominatrix. Waiting at the border for people to attack, huh? And these little creatures are in the way. A writer, huh? Yeah, I believe that. Tekkaji was way too powerful. Oh, he's now coming to be up to no good. It's probably best I avoid him from there. That guy is really strong. Yep. Goblins. Weapon. I'm having trouble controlling my magic. I wonder how long it's going to take for my inner force to return to normal. Oh, I'm on struggle bus right now. I should probably be careful with using those bills. Oh, I tell you, security. But I probably shouldn't leave them in the middle of the road like this. Look at me being all considerate. The Grandmaster will be so proud of me right now. Alright, Skyrim. It's actually a pretty beautiful forest, though. You're welcome, Khajiit. I just cleared your path for you. Though you probably didn't need my help at all. Cause dang guy's powerful. I gotta decide whether I need to tell GM about that or not. I wonder how long I'm gonna be here. GM didn't really say. I guess until we figure out what this weird energy readings are. Alright, this is gonna be pretty tough without my map and And I am sensing some really ominous energy coming from that direction. What in the world is that? Oh, there's a village down there. I best keep moving. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to get there. Yeah, there's some ominous energy coming from that place. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it moving. I don't want to get sidetracked. I don't want to take it too long to find this place. Hey, excuse me.
Are you finished ogling the grotesque?
What?
I suppose I should be grateful you didn't simply attack me.
No, attack you? Why would I attack you? Are you ill? Your skin.
I am one of the afflicted.
Afflicted?
I'd have
What
been
is
dead
that?
from this plague a year ago if not for Periite's protection.
A plague? There's a plague in Skyrim? But where you are right now? Are you going to see healing?
Returning to High Rock. Our
High
shepherd
Rock.
lost his way, and I fear Periite's wrath may consume those who remain with him. Kesh could tell
Okay.
you more. I just want out of Skyrim as quickly as possible.
Hey, if you run out of Skyrim as quickly as possible, you should probably be going the direction I just came from. You look like you're going farther into Skyrim. And he's now listening to me. Well, yeah, I'm not interested in what Kesh is talking about. Alright, well, I just wanted to good luck. I hope you find a cure. And your way out of Skyrim. What in the world? Did I just throw a crab at us? That's what I'm asking. What was that? What is this skin at? Is that a freaking...
Well,
oh, it's a
run
skeleton with a shoe. Okay, not even 10 minutes across the border and there's already skeletons walking around with shoes. What in the world is going on in Skyrim? Is there a necromancer around here somewhere? I don't see anybody. That guy just kept on moving. Check this out. This must be pretty normal here in Skyrim. That guy didn't even bat an eye. I mean, he just attacked it, took it down, and kept on moving. Yep, here's another one. Oh, that was a little bit better than earlier, but I wasn't channeling it through my weapon either. Being a spell blade is much harder than I thought. I guess it helps if I started as a warrior first. I never even thought I would have the ability to use magic. It kinda came out of nowhere. Guess it was all because of that adventure there too. And now we have walking dogs. Wolf dogs? What the? Okay. I'm starting to see why the Grandmaster sent me here, but this is a little bit more than I was expecting. Oh, I'm thirsty. I'm getting a workout already. And this is light armor, but it ain't exactly light. And that water looks so good. Whoa. And it is crystal clear. Oh, that is refreshing. That is some good water. Oh, you got a group of travelers.
Never should have time to get lost.
Lost? What are you talking about? Really? You just randomly attack people? Oh. I definitely just missed. Oh, man.
Oh well. Must have run off.
Ah, man, I'm so weak right now. I cannot believe I almost got bested by a random. I don't even know what she is. Just walk down the road and attack people? Why she didn't attack them? Hey, guys, I'm sorry if you got hit by my magic. But in the future, somebody's wielded magic. You probably should is standing in that line of fire. Where's your other guy at? Oh no. Did he? Oh. I'm sorry, friend. Go in peace. The Grandmaster's not gonna be too happy about that. This is why magic is so dangerous. Indirect casualty is happening. But really, that guy was trying to fist fight somebody with a mace and armor on? And why would you not get out of the way when somebody's slinging spells? Oh well. I decided to be more careful with my magic right now. I am not having a good though anyway. I might enforce being in full stress. What was that? Oh, hey, what the? Oh my goodness, why are these people attacking me? What in the world is going on in this place? Yeah, that restoration magic sucks. That's not even doing anything. I don't have that many alchemy potions right now. I don't want to waste them. And I don't even know where the next save was. Alright, give it a go. Man, I'm glad I had enough time to activate that spell before he ran up on me with that damn sword again. I've almost lost my life twice already, and I haven't even been here for an hour. I clearly see Grandmaster sent me here for training. Cause, oh my goodness. Oh, okay. That is a big freaking cat standing in the middle of the road. And I believe that's the direction I need to go. Yeah, well, at least I got time to prepare. How these other people just attack me so suddenly? Yeah, you know, I have to go with the big guys. Well, I need to check and make sure I even gotta go that way, because if I can avoid that thing, that would probably be better. Man, that is a big K. What is that, a freaking saber tooth? Son, yeah, way too much going on for me. Yeah, I'm not about to play with you, cat. My inner force is weak. I'm just, not even gonna flit around. I'm gonna end this quickly. Where you going? Oh, he's attacking somebody else. Oh, wow. I guess that cat wasn't as strong as I thought it was, or either you guys are really strong.
That spell looks dangerous. Keep your distance.
That's fine. It's only dangerous if I want it to be. Hey. Those ladies were strong. Why do I get the feeling I am not going in the right direction? I swear I have the worst luck with horses. I started this trip with 5,000 gold. And I have spent 4,000 on 4 horses because they all got killed in all various different ways. And the last horse decided to run off a cliff because it was scared. And it took my map with it. And that cliff was way too deep and way too far down for me to go get it. So now I'm traveling Skyrim and I have no idea which way I'm supposed to be going. And I'm listening to a colleague that loves to sing you off because he's all like, you should go adventuring. Don't always just go straight to your destination. Get lost in the beauty of your environment. So I'm pretty sure he probably gave me in the wrong directions. Oh, there's a town. Hopefully they get an inn or a shop and I can buy a map, because otherwise I wouldn't be traveling Skyrim for weeks without finding Winterhold. And our Skyrim is pretty freaking huge, so I'm definitely gonna need a map. Hope these guys ain't running up to attack me. Oh. Vampires. Huh. Are they talking about vampires? Are they running away from vampires? Or are they running towards vampires? Well, I don't see anybody else running, so they must be running towards them. Huh. Those guys must be strong too. They running toward vampires. So he had walking bongos, walking skeletons with shields, and vampires, and random people attacking you while you're on the road. Yeah, Skyrim seems like a really dangerous place. Well, there are people who survive here without high-level training. You got frost, fruit, hand? I think that's science. Thing is kind of faded.
Just stoked the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Thanks. I won't be staying long, no. I just, I need a map, but it's pretty empty.
If you need
some
a meal or room,
information if you
I've
get
got
it.
both.
No, I don't need either one of those. I just need a map and, maybe some information. You know what a trained magic here?
Drink for the thirsty,
in Skyrim?
food for the hungry. Bit of advice. Folks here don't care for magic or those that use it. If you're intent on it, check at the college up in Winterhold. Either that
Yeah,
or go
that's
see
it.
the Jarl's
College in
court
Winterhold.
wizard.
Can you mark that on the map for me, please? I would appreciate it. Thanks. Are those two ladies talking about vampires? You know anything about that?
I hear
Or do I
people
sound
talking
crazy
about
right
some
now?
vampire city. Can you imagine?
Okay,
Sounds
it
like
is
a
what
load
they
of bull
said.
to me, but
I
you
thought
never
so.
know. I also heard there have been some
A
vampire
vampire
attacks
city.
around Naverstead. It might not be related, but who knows? These are just drunken ramblings.
Oh, vampire attacks in Harrowstead, huh?
All right then.
Rumors of a vampire city. Aw, man, Skyrim is Grandmaster, what are you up to? Oh, I can't wait to talk to him. He's might have to explain this. Alright, let's check this map. Alright, this worst day. Wait, worst day. If I'm. Oh, he is way on the other side. Oh, I'm gonna kill him. I'm so going to kill him. He definitely told me to go left, and I should have went right. You drove back to full me. Yep. He sent me off. That is the complete opposite direction I should have went. I am all the way on the other side. Oh, okay. Let's see. Click cut across. There. But the road takes me this way. I'd much rather stay on the road, especially since what's been happening since I crossed the border. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I could have crossed through there. No, I'm gonna stay to the road. So, we're going a long way, it appears. Up and around these mountains. Past Muerto. Yep. That looks like the way we're gonna be going. Oh, okay. Wait. To talk to him. I bet he's gonna avoid me. Want to. Alright, oh. What?
You
I
call
could've
yourself a
sworn I was
wizard?
just-
I challenge you to a duel.
What? Who are you? A duel? Sorry, you, when did this raid come from? That was fast? Wow. You gonna have to find some other way to stoke your ego, dude. I'm not interested.
I
And how
won't
do you
take no
even
for
know
an
I'm
answer.
amazed? What do you mean you won't take no for it? Oh my goodness, another person is randomly attacking me. At least he said something first. Oh, little girl, get out of the way. Run, little girl. I can't believe this man just threw magic that direction. I almost hit her. Oh, get out of the way. Thank goodness. Oh, I'm so about to end this dude. He almost just hit that little girl with that. Nothing this strong. Why are you walking around challenging people? My goodness. You just lost your life for no reason at all, bruh. I'll take your gold, though. Consider that a travel fee. You are contributing to the travel funds. Oh, I'm glad she's okay. I'm so glad you're okay, little
Are
girl.
you new around here? You should go to the inn if you need a place to stay.
Oh, you're so nice. I'm so glad you got out of the way. Oh, man, this Skyrim is off the chain. Everything, though, for the weather. Like, I was only in the inn for like 5 minutes. Like, what? It was completely blue skies. And now it's raining. Like, where did this even come from? I didn't see any clouds.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort
Darn
near
darn.
Riften. Might consider
Vampire
joining up
hunters?
myself.
Yeah, I don't have time for that right now. And I bet you I'm gonna end up. Why do I get the feeling I'm gonna end up having to deal with that? I feel like the universe just indirectly sent me a message. Ah, whatever. Let's go find this college. My grandmaster's got some explaining to do. I wonder how long it's gonna take me to get there. Skyrim is always full of so many surprises. Yes, this should do nicely. To help me master my blood magic.
What can I do for you, friend?
You, Maddie? Nothing. Dire magnets, however? Oh, it's going to help us do great things. Great things.